This is Carrion, a reverse horror game where you play as an absolutely repugnant monstrosity. It's like Mama June the game. The sentient amorphous amalgamation of teeth and tentacles is largely influenced by John Carpenter's The Thing, and it's just as unsettling. It is so unsavory that Nintendo had to remove the monster's beef curtains from gracing their menu screens.
That's a vagina.
You must find a means of escape as you rampage your way through the secret research facility in which you were created. The appeal here is a yanking victims into vents power fantasy. Enemies stand no chance against you as you wreak havoc on everything and everyone in your path, terrorizing both soldiers and unarmed scientists. The kind of thing sure to appease all you sick fucks out there. You are a force of pure carnage in this that gradually evolves in size from a pipsqueak to the next participant on my 600-pound life.
Do you look like you're malnourished?
You also gain new abilities along the way, like emitting spikes from your body or possessing people's minds.
I am in your power, boss me around.
The way this minced meatball moves is absolutely hypnotic. You slither and scutter around at an alarming speed, with more tentacles flailing everywhere than your average hentai as you latch onto surfaces and squeeze into tight-fitted areas.
Slimy? It's satisfying.
You can even play with your food by tossing people around like rag dolls, bludgeoning them against the ceiling and walls until they're mashed to a pulp. Like I said, a game for sick fucks. Just imagine being one of these poor saps as a giant bowl of bolognese spaghetti with teeth comes hurtling your way at 100 miles per hour, lassoing helpless victims as they struggle like freshly caught trout, only to thrash them by spazzing out your mouse hand. There's something oddly satisfying about it. The sound effects are equally impressive, everything from the deathly screams and crunching bones to the whining squeals of the monster. Combined with the creepy score, I gotta admit,
It's spooky.
as you spread your biomass throughout the facility, you'll encounter stronger enemies that quickly bring your power trip to a halt. Whereas unarmed enemies can do little more than whimper and shit their pants, soldiers with guns, flamethrowers, and mech suits can melt you within seconds. Combat then becomes more like a puzzle, where you must rely on hit-and-run tactics, stalking your victims with taunting growls, then striking when the iron's hot. So, this game sounds great, right? Wrong! I hate to break it to you, but once the novelty of eating human hors d'oeuvres wears off, you're left with a pretty underwhelming main course.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
The exploration in between combat bits is as dull as dishwater mixed with dog shit. Steam recommended this to me as a metroidvania, but that's a bit of a stretch. Backtracking is not fun in this game. It just leads to hours of aimless wandering due to the lack of a map. I took a shit today, and even that was a more fun adventure than the exploration in Carrion. And that's just
Unforgivable.
This game tries to mix it up with flashback segments where you control humans, but these parts are even more boring and awkward. At least the experience is brief. You'll hit it and quit it within 4 hours. Alright, time to deliver the knee of judgment. Giving Carrion a 6.7. It starts off with a gut-piercing roar, but quickly devolves into a pathetic meow by hour 2. I appreciate the game from an artistic point of view, but my reviews are primarily based on fun, and this game is sadly lacking. It does offer a small amount of dopamine when you're killing stuff, but then you're right back to the slog that is exploration. Next time I huff the hype on Steam, I'll remember this as a cautionary tale.